Alright, man. So, just want to say what's up to all you guys. It's just started raining, and I just washed my fucking car, and it started fucking raining. So, it is what it motherfucking is. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. Oh shit, we got the 5-0 right here. But I want to talk about, you know, pickup and lifestyle and things like that, and share kind of some wisdom and insights and stuff, maybe help you guys out. And you know, like a lot of people, they have just a lot of misconceptions, thinking that pickup is something that you do like one time and it solves all your problems, or they just kind of go about things in the wrong way, the wrong order, or whatever. They'll think like, okay, I'm gonna go out tonight and I'm gonna get a girlfriend. Or they're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna try this pickup stuff, I'll try these approaches, and I'm gonna try to get laid. And then when it doesn't happen for them the first day, then they think, oh, it's just a scam, that stuff doesn't work. And it's just, that's not the way that pickup works. Pickup is a lifestyle, it's a way of being. It's not something that you do one time, it's something that you work at. You know, if you guys are following my channels, you know that I'm an aggressive skater, you know that I'm a soaper, that I'm a power lifter, that I'm an ultra runner, and I do a lot of athletic stuff. And just the same way that you have to work hard at sports to get good, it's the same way with getting good with women and being more successful with your interactions with women. It's something that you work at day in and day out. Now, it's not gonna work for everybody. Some people just don't have the looks threshold that women are looking for. They don't have the looks or the height. What it really comes down to in terms of attraction with women, in terms of like what they're really looking for in a man, is big skull, jawline. They want that chiseled chin. They want those small hunter eyes. They want a good-looking bad boy type. They want guys that are 6'4". They want a guy with a big cock. That's in terms of aesthetics. And then in terms of like bank account, social status, social value, anything like that, they're looking for guys that are making 6, 7, 8 figures, and guys with huge social media followings, guys that are famous, celebrities, actors, professional sports athletes. They want the best of the best. That's top fucking 10% of guys in the world. And for the rest of us, the guys that are average looking or below average looking, if we don't have the looks threshold, if you still want to get laid and you still want to, you know, have a somewhat decent sex life, if you want a girlfriend or you want to find a wife or anything like that, then you have to find other ways of becoming attractive to women. If you don't have what they have, you know, in looks, for example, you may want to develop personality, game, humor. You know, be the guy who's always making women laugh. Be the guy with such swagger, the way that you deliver what you got to say, have good dominant body language, money in the bank, anything really to compensate for the fact that you're not good looking. Like, for myself, I'm just an average looking guy. I'm like a 6, maybe a 6'5" on a good day. I mean, if you take my picture and compare it to like a guy who's a 10, like a Leonardo DiCaprio in his prime when he was on Titanic, or The Rock, or, you know, maybe someone who's like an 8, like a Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds, and then you go all the way to the other extreme, the guys that are like the 1s and the 2s, like, you know, someone who looks like fucking Shrek, or that guy Sloth from the Goonies. You know, the guys that are deformed, or the guys that are like a manlet who's like 5'4", they're short, you know, their face is not symmetrical, like one eye's bigger than the other, or they've got a really big nose or anything like that. On that end, they don't have the looks threshold or the height threshold for women. Basically, if you're not an 8 or above, you are invisible to women, because basically women are only going for the top 10 to 20% of men. They only want the best of the best. And then the guys that are under that, the 5s, 6s, and 7s, you guys can still get good sex life and stuff when you hack the system and you learn game, like I did. Okay, like, women don't find me attractive, or they don't like me, or I'm just invisible to them. It's always been like that. I've always had to do something to get girls. I've always had to, like, that's kind of why I got into rollerblading, is because I figured the only way I could get these girls to notice me is like grind down a handrail when they're walking by. And this is how it worked for me in high school. I would wait till cheerleading practice got off, and then I would sit there by the rail with my rollerblades. And when the girls would walk by, then I would jump on the rail and do my skating trick. And then they'd go, oh wow, that guy's so cool, or whatever. And then I would skate over and I would talk to them and get their number, and then we would hook up. But it's like I always had to do something. So I just don't fall into that looks threshold where I'm naturally gonna attract women, where women are like, oh my god, that guy's so hot. Like those e-boys on TikTok and shit like that, where women are just, oh my god, that guy is so hot. Like they don't look at me like that. So I have to find other ways in order to attract them. For example, like this Mercedes-Benz that I'm driving. I might not have the aesthetics, but now I have other attributes where women are like, oh, if I'm dating this guy Ryan, I could be rolling with him in this Benz to the club. Oh, and he's got a lot of money. And, oh, he owns his own business, and da 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 da. So I've done other things in order to soup up my game to where I can provide a type of lifestyle for women, and in exchange, kind of like a transactional relationship, she's going to give me sex in exchange for the lifestyle that I can provide her. Or in terms of like the feelings that she's going to get when she dates me. So for example, like when a girl is dating me, she's going to know like, oh, this guy's got this party lifestyle, he's got this full stock bar, he's got all the drugs, like he's doing all this, like he's got a big social media following, he's got a modeling studio, he's got a recording studio. If I date him, I can give him sex, and he can, you know, make me a superstar. He can do my album, he can do pictures, like, so it's kind of like a trade-off or something like that, which is good for me because, you know, I've been in this community called MGTOW for a long time, since about 2012, where basically that stands for men going their own way. So I'm not into relationships or long-term stuff anyway. I like to use women for sex when I feel horny. I've got tight game, I've got a cool lifestyle, so I can, you know, put on a nice collared shirt and go out to a club, use pickup techniques to attract women, have sex with them, and then the next morning, you know, or the night before, kick them out, and then I can go back to doing what I want to do. Then in the morning, I'm going to grab some coffee, and I'm going to do some entrepreneur stuff, and I'm going to work on the things that I want to do, like YouTube videos or Instagram posts, or like today I'm making this video, and I'm going to go do like a modeling shoot later on. So I'm not into the whole relationship thing. Like I wouldn't want a woman, it wouldn't make sense, right? If I had a girlfriend or whatever who is sitting here next to me while I'm doing this vlog, girls don't give a fuck about this shit. Like girls, really what they want in their life, they want fun, they want to go party, and I can't do that all the time. Like I'm a workaholic. I like to, I just can't be there for them, if that makes sense. I've got too much other shit on my plate that I'm doing. Anyway, going back to the point of the video, so you can't expect to just get all the results overnight. Like I said, it's a lifestyle. So when you first get into this stuff, a lot of guys, they'll give up quickly because they think, oh, I'm going to use these techniques and I'm going to go try to get a girlfriend tonight. I'm going to try to get the love of my life tonight. And it's like, nah, man, it doesn't work like that. You have to develop game, and that takes time. It's no different than if I put on a new pair of rollerblades and I want to do a cross-legged grind called a unity down a handrail. I'm not going to just put on rollerblades and do that. I got to learn how to actually skate down the street first, and then I got to learn how to jump off of a curb and do a 360, and then I got to learn how to do a regular grind with my feet like this, called a front side, down a rail, before I fucking cross my legs and do it like Indian style. It takes time. In the same way, guys, they say, oh, okay, I want to go out and use these techniques to meet women and get them back and get laid, and it's like, it's the same thing. First, you have to start by learning how to actually just walk up to women and approach them. You got to learn what to say. Then after that, you got to learn how to know what to say and get the phone number. And then you got to know how to say, get the phone number, and then be able to call them back. And you got to know what to say on the phone to get them out on a date, to a coffee or whatever. When you get to the coffee, then you got to know what to say on the date to make her want to come back to your house, things that are going to turn her on. And all these things take time until you're just that guy that can go out and just do this and get results. And really, it takes like 6 months. Or at least that's what it did for me. I was going out I made pickup my entire life around 2008. I'd been practicing it in 2006, 2007, but I was getting very little results. But by 2008, I had basically dedicated my entire life to pickup, and I was going out with my wingman, Maz, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week. And we were going out to clubs at like 10 p.m. until 2 a.m., usually play like a 4-hour game. And we would just go fucking Sarge and talk to girls, talk to 50 different groups with girls in them at night called sets. So we talked to 50 different sets of girls, and out of those 50, maybe I'd get 10 or 15 phone numbers, and then I would call those girls back and try to get them on dates, and then I would start getting some results. But after doing that for 6 months, just going out every fucking night, you know, by the end of the week, you talk to 50 different girls a night, 4 or 5 nights a week, that's 200-300 different girls. So maybe you get like 50 or 80 phone numbers or whatever, and then out of those, I don't know, 80 phone numbers, maybe 10 of them are really down, where you're like, okay, this girl is ready to go out, she might want to fuck. And basically it's like sales, where, you know, you get all these different prospects and you put them in a sales funnel, and you find the ones that are the most DTF, and then those are the ones that you go after. And then you start converting basically those leads into lays. And then once you fuck the girl, you check her off your list, you get that trophy. Because like, okay, I got that piece of pussy from Emily or whatever. Emily's checked off, she's done, goodbye. Now I'm going on to Jessica. And once Jessica's checked off, then I'm going on to Rachel, and so on and so forth. And so that's how you rack up your score after a while. But like I said, it doesn't happen like that in one day. That happens over time. And like I said, it could take months, it could take years. It just depends on how much you want to dedicate to it. And then it's not just about going out and meeting women. Pickup, like I said, is a lifestyle. So when you get up, going to the gym is part of your game, like, because that's part of your aesthetics, that's part of your body. You got to have your health, your wealth, and your relationship aspect down packed. So pickup meaning a lifestyle, meaning you get up in the morning, you get some coffee, you go to the gym, you work out. Boom. So you worked on that aspect of your game, like losing weight or whatever. You want to get down to as low body fat as you can so that you have that real chiseled jaw and the six-pack abs and things like that. So working out really, a lot of times you'll see me in the gym and people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just working on my game. And they're like, oh, you talking to women? I said, no, I'm fucking doing bench press. I'm working my chest so I can get pecs, because women find that attractive. When your game gets so tight, when you've got that big social media following and you've got the aesthetics and everything, then you don't have to use stupid pickup lines to go out and meet women. The women will find you. I always use Justin Bieber as an example. Justin Bieber, you don't see him at a club trying to pick up girls because he's good looking and he's famous, so the girls find him. Girls will bombard his Twitter trying to get a date with him just because his game is tight. So, but most guys, like I said, don't have that option. It takes time to get there, and sometimes it could take it could take years. It's raining a little harder now. I'm just turning up the window wipers and things like that. So anyway, working on your body, that's part of your game. Or working on your social, like your lifestyle, for example. Working your social media and your social circle is the word I'm looking for. Like women, they like the alpha guy. They like the guy who's the leader of the pack. You know, so you got to look around in your circle of friends. Are you the leader in your pack? Are you the guy that makes the decisions? You know, like when you're hanging out with 3 or 4 of your guy friends, are they looking to you? Are they like, hey Joe, man, what should we go do tonight? Where's the party at? Or are you the one asking someone else in your group what you should be doing and things like that? And women can instantly see that. They want to date the leader, the guy who's calling the shots, the shot caller. So that's something that you got to work on. You have to become the leader in your circle of friends. You got to work on yourself in business. Like, are you the janitor or the cashier at your work, or are you the boss? So again, women are wanting the top dog. So that stuff, and that kind of stuff could take years. Like if you get a new job today at McDonald's or whatever, and you start mopping the floor, you're not going to be the shift manager or the franchise owner of the McDonald's for 5 years, 10 years, or something like that. So that's why I say it could take a long fucking time to get to that point. But having higher social status in your occupation is going to give you more financial options, things in order to get like better cars, better houses, start more businesses. anything like that, anything that's going to bring you up on that social economic base, women are going to find that to be more attractive. So that's a whole part of your game. So again, like I said, not all of this is about going out to a club and walking up to girls and approaching them and asking them stupid questions like who lies more, men or women. Like approaching the women, and that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to developing game. And also in terms of lifestyle, women start dating you and they want to know like what you're about. So if you're just like some random dude who, you know, likes to party and drink and there's no other substance to you, there's nothing to really keep them going. Like for a long time in 2009, I developed my skills doing rock climbing and things like that, and going hiking. So I was taking all these pictures of me going out hiking in Red Rock, and I was climbing rocks, crack climbing or whatever the fuck they call it, and I became a lead climber. I used to go to a climbing gym, and so girls would see those pictures and things like going to the shooting range and going skydiving and exciting things like going canoeing, going getting the ATV or the four-wheelers out in the desert. Anyway, I had a whole bunch of pictures of this, and women would see that lifestyle and they'd be like, oh wow, this guy's actually out there doing real shit. Like this guy's out here skydiving. He's you know, I'm really passionate about figure skating, so I'm out doing ice skating, and I'm just out doing things, fun things, where women see your lifestyle as a whole, and they go, oh wow, like if I'm dating this guy, like look how fun it is. The girl's sitting home with her friends and she's bored on like a Tuesday night, but she knows fucking Ryan J is probably out at the ice rink spinning around in circles or something like that. And when they really think about it, they're like, oh fuck, like I'm sitting on my ass here doing nothing. I could be dating this guy, and at least I'd be out having fun, like going ice skating or some shit like that. And or like going rock climbing or barbecuing or anything like that. So when you live that type of lifestyle, I'm just flipping a bitch right here. Oh fuck. When you live that type of lifestyle, then women want to be a part of it. They're like, oh man, this is a fun, interesting guy. Like, wow, like I could see myself dating him or something like that. Whereas, and again, like I don't have naturally the aesthetic. I might not be her dream guy. She's looking at Leo DiCaprio on fucking Titanic. Like, oh, I wish I could date a guy like him. But I always think that's funny because guys like that, they don't want the normal women. Like you really have to bring something to the table and shit like that. So I might not be their dream guy in terms of their Prince Charming or whatever their fantasy is in terms of what a guy looks like. I'm not the Giga Chad that they want to fuck. But like I said, I've developed other attributes to where women can find me attractive and enjoy a fun relationship with me, where we can go out and we can do awesome things. We can have fun, we can barbecue, we can party, we can have a great sex life. And oh, that's another thing. In terms of seduction and sex life, that's another part of game that needs to be worked on, which is like a lot of guys, they don't really even know how to kiss. They don't know how to find a woman's G-spot. They don't know about the clitoris. They don't know about how to touch a woman. They don't know about like kinky stuff, BDSM shit that women are into, or any of the things like that. They're just like, they're that one pump chump, or they're the guy that like gets a woman home and they only know how to do missionary positions, so they're boring in bed. And like a lot of my time, I read about stuff like that women are really into, all the crazy sexual fantasies that women are into. That's all stuff that's part of your game, like. Because at the end of the day, like the end game is getting the girl home to fuck her. But if you're just getting her back to your house and then you're like fucking her missionary, boring, you come in two minutes and then it's like, I don't know. To me, that's just not very like smooth. I think it's good to develop all those things in your game. Another big part of game is like I would say learning how to tell stories and communicate with the girls and things like that. Because girls like. They are very emotional, so they want a guy who's going to like fuel them or feed them those emotions. They want a guy who can take them on an emotional journey in a way, or a roller coaster in a way. Like, so you can't be the guy when she says, what's up, and you're just like, oh, what's up? And she's like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work at this place, Home Depot. Okay, that's cool. So what do you do for fun? chill, play video games. She's like, okay, like, you're boring. Like, that just doesn't feed a woman's emotion. Whereas, if you're a guy who's living that type of interesting lifestyle, like going out rock climbing and going skydiving and things like that, then you're gonna have interesting stories to tell them where they're like, oh wow, this guy's really interesting. For example, I'm really passionate about music. I have a recording studio. I make music. I record other people's music. I have albums out. Like, I have all these crazy experiences and stuff and things that I'm doing in my life that make me interesting. And it makes me stand out. So then she's just like, I'm not just some fuck in the club walking up to her and being like, hey, what's up, girl? Like, you want to dance? Want to get a drink? Like, I'm not that guy. She starts talking to me, and she asks, like, what I do for a living. And I'm like, oh, I'm an influencer, content creator, or whatever. And she'd be like, oh, wow, you know, what does that entail? And, like, I'll say, well, you know, for example, last week I was doing this vlog. So, you know, me and some buddies, we went out to Red Rock, and we were barbecuing, and, you know, we did a little bit of hiking and stuff like that. And I was just kind of showing, you know, stuff that you can do in Vegas other than, you know, just most of the people that go to casinos and gamble and things like that. So I just, and then I can go into all these little stories and stuff. And I was like, you know, did you know there's a thing called, do you know what is geocaching? I was telling this one girl, and she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, okay, look, there's this thing called geocaching where there's, out in Henderson, there's these little boxes, and you go dig. It's like a treasure chest. So me and a couple buddies, we went out there, you know, we made a day out of it, and you dig up these treasure chests, and people put stuff in there. It could be a $20 bill, could be a little teddy bear, or whatever. Whatever's in the box, you get to keep it, and then you have to replace it with another treasure, and blah. So I go off into some crazy story like that, and she's just thinking like, oh wow, like, this guy is totally not the typical, like, douchebag Vegas guy. Like, he's out there just doing real shit, doing interesting stuff. And she starts thinking in the back of her mind, like, wow, if I was rolling with this guy, then I could be doing that too. And then, of course, that's where I can put the, you know, the offer on the table. Well, you know, we're actually going out to do this scavenger hunt. You're welcome to come. Maybe, you know, we could use a wild card, bring a couple of your girlfriends along. And it's basically like a photo scavenger hunt. And, you know, then I go off into a story about the last photo scavenger hunt we did. And so she starts thinking, oh wow, like, I'm dating this guy, I'm gonna be able to do all these cool things, I'm gonna meet cool people, and it's so much better than what, you know, most girls' lives are boring. Like, when you think about a girl's life, what do they do, really? Okay, like, they wake up, they chat on the phone or text, they take selfies for their Instagram, they talk about stupid shit, retarded shit like their lipstick or fucking lip gloss. And it's a woman's life is boring, and they're always looking for like a guy to save them and rescue them for the monotony of the fucking boring life. I think it's funny. But anyway, all of this stuff is part of your game. So that's why, you know, when I first started in pickup in 2006, I was divorced, I was broke, bankrupt, fucking homeless. I just got out of jail. Like, I had nothing to offer a woman. However, over time, building the lifestyle that I did, building the social skills and the connections and things like that, I've become a much more attractive man. So that's why when people tell me that, oh, game doesn't work, and I can tell you 100% that it does work, I'm living proof of it, because I went from getting no dates when I first got to Vegas to, and you guys have seen my score, I've been with over 200 different women, I've had all kinds of girlfriends, relationships, and things like that. And, you know, like I said, it takes time, but it will happen if you stick with it. That's why I know the game works, at least for a guy like me. Now, I was talking to a buddy of mine, because he has a lot of problems with women, but he's just really not good looking. And it's like, no matter what type of game he's got, it's like, if you look like fucking Shrek, you know, it doesn't matter how much social value you have or how much game that you have, women are just like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, a woman could be really interesting, but if she's fat as fucking ugly, there's nothing that she can do. There's no amount of game that she can spit on me that's gonna make me attractive. She just doesn't have the looks threshold that I'm looking for. It's the same with guys. And then other guys who are really good looking, you know, guys like me, we might get jealous because they don't have to have any game. They just have to show up and look good. And women, half the time, they don't even want those guys to talk, because they're like, oh, he's so good looking. Like, just keep your mouth shut. Like, just you look so good, I want to fuck you. just shut up. Don't say anything stupid to fuck it up and turn me off. You know what I mean? So those guys, they don't need any game because their looks are their whole game. But like I said, the guys that are in the middle, you guys have a chance to still get women. You just have to kind of hack the system and figure out the secrets of what you can do to make yourself a better version of yourself, a more attractive version, in a better man, so to speak. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. I need to turn on the fucking defroster and shit because I can't see shit out of this window. But it's been fun. I hope everyone's doing good. If you like this video, leave me a big thumbs up below. Subscribe to my channel. And this is a different type of video. If you liked it, I'll do more of these. And definitely check out some of my other stuff. I got a whole playlist with like dating tips. There's like 160 videos if you just type in Ryan Jaunzemis Master Pickup Artist playlist. And I got a couple books on Amazon and stuff like that. Check out my book, 10 Steps to Success, best-selling book on Amazon and shit like that, where I give like all my best stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, stay up, and be safe. Peace.